Good morning, girls. We are in continuation of our exercise 9b and we now will do the 10th question. 10th question says that two numbers are in ratio 8:9. If the sum of the numbers is 153, find the numbers. So here we will find the sum of the ratios, that is 8 plus 9 is equal to 17. Okay. Now how will we find the first number? First number will be the first ratio 8 upon the sum of the ratio, that is 17, into 153. Why? Because 153 is the sum of both the numbers. That means 153 is getting divided into two numbers. Right? So that's why into 153. Like I told you in the earlier video, whatever we have to divide, whatever quantity we have to divide, that comes here. So this 153 is actually the sum of both the numbers. That means this will be divided into two parts. So here what is there? 17 ones are and 17 nines are. So 9 8s are 72. This is the first number. What will be the second number? The second ratio upon the sum of the ratio into 153. So it will be 17 ones and 17 nines are 81. You can cross check by adding these two. The sum should be 153 only. If it is coming to 153, your answer is correct. Now let's do the 11th question. It says divide 1 hour in the ratio 2:3. Okay, so first find out the sum of the ratio, that is 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Now 1 hour can be written as 60 minutes also. Okay, so let's convert it into minutes. Why? Because this 1 hour will be split into minutes only. Okay, so the first part will be, what is the first part? First ratio, that is 2, upon the sum of the ratio, that is 5, into 60. Why? The 60 minutes will be split into the two parts in the ratio 2:3. Okay, so here 5 ones are, 5 12s are. So 2 12s are 24. 24 minutes is the first part. Second part will be second ratio 3 upon the sum of the ratio into 60. So it will be 12 3s are 36 minutes. You can add these two and you will get 60 minutes. Right? That means your answer is correct. Now the 12th question says a bag contains tomatoes, potatoes and onions in the ratio 6:9:5. So let's find the sum of the ratio. 6 plus 9 plus 5 is equal to 20. Okay, then it says if the weight of these vegetables in the bag is 2 kg, then find the weight of each of them. That means this 2 kg will be split into three parts. Right? So this 2 kg will be split. So that means everything will come in grams only. So let's convert first only this into grams. 2 kg can be written as 2000 gram. Then our division will be easier. Okay. So let's find out the weight of each vegetable. Weight of tomatoes. What is the ratio of the tomato? 6. Upon the sum of the ratio is 20 into 2000. 2000 is this, 2000 gram. Okay. So it is, here it comes 100. 6 into 100 gives you 600 gram. So this is the weight of the tomatoes. Now weight of the potatoes. What is the ratio of the potato? 9. Upon the sum of the ratio is 20 into 2000. So again it will be 100. 9 into 100 gives you 900 grams. The weight of the onions is equal to, what is the ratio of the onion? 5. 5 upon 20 into 2000. So it will be 500 grams. You can add these three and the total should be 2000 gram only. Is it coming? 600 plus 900 is 1500 gram plus 500, 2000 gram. So our answer is correct. Now let's do the 13th question from MCQs. So it says that the ratio of the number of students enrolled for basketball to the number enrolled for cricket is 3:13. That means two headings are there. The students enrolled for basketball and the students enrolled for cricket. Write the two headings here. And what is the ratio? 3:13. Okay. Basketball is having a ratio of 3. Cricket is having a ratio of 13. So correct ratio should come under the correct heading. This is very, very important. Now they say that if the number of students enrolled for cricket is 52. So write 52 under the cricket only. What is the number of students enrolled for basketball? We do not know. Write X here. Now do the cross multiplication. Simple. Go up, arrow will go up. So this 52 will come this side. So 3 into 52 is equal to, this x will go here, x into 13. Right? So what is the value of x? What is after equal to here? 3 into 52, and this 13 was getting multiplied, it will get divided. So 13 ones are and 13 fours are. So 4 into 3 gives you 12 students. Okay, so 12 students have been enrolled for basketball. I hope this is clear. Now girls, we come to the 14th question. 14th question says that the ratio of the income to the saving of a family is 15:4. So there are two headings, income and saving, and the ratio is 15:4. 15 is the ratio of the income and 4 is the ratio of saving. They are saying find the expenditure if the saving is 2800. Saving is 2800. We do not know the income. So let's find out the income first. Let us consider it to be x. So what you will do, you will simply do the cross multiplication. 15 into 2800 is equal to x into 4. So x is equal to 15 into 2800 upon 4. So 4 ones are and 4 700s are, and 15 into 700 gives you 10,500. This is the income. We have still not arrived to the expenditure. So income is equal to this much and the saving is this much. So what is the expenditure? Whatever the income is and how much we save, the rest we are spending. The rest is the expenditure. So we subtract these two and we will get the expenditure. Right? With this we come to an end of this exercise 9B. Now the 9C is about proportion. What do you mean by proportion? Proportion says that if any two numbers A ratio B, the ratio of this A upon B is equal to the ratio of the other two numbers C upon D, then these four numbers are said to be in proportion. What does that mean? That means, suppose A upon B, let us say A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 3. It's 2 upon 3, right? And what is C upon D? Let us say it is 4 upon 6. Is 4 upon 6 equal to 2 upon 3? If we simplify this, what simplify means, if we cut it by the same number, 2 2s are 4 and 2 3s are 6. Is it coming same like this? Yes, it is coming same like this. That means these four numbers A, B, C, D are in proportion. Proportion means when any two numbers, the ratio of any two numbers is equal to the ratio of the other two numbers, then all the four numbers are said to be in proportion. Okay, let's do one of this, the property of this proportion. Suppose, and it is written as A ratio B is equal to C ratio D, or it can be written as A ratio B and we make 4 dots here. This means it's proportional. It is proportional to C ratio D. Got it? Now, if we write 4 numbers like this, A, B, C and D, and they are in proportion, then these, the outer numbers A and D, they are called the extremes. Okay? And the inner two numbers, they are called the means. Now, if these numbers are in proportion, then there is one property. That property says that the product of extreme will always be equal to product of mean if these numbers are proportional. For example, here A and D, that means here A into D will be equal to B into C. This will always happen. Now this property can be used to find out whether the numbers are in proportion or not. Let's do an example. Suppose we have 4 numbers 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 numbers are there. We have to find out whether these are in proportion or not in this sequence only. So find out the product of extreme. What are the extreme numbers here? Extreme means which are at the end. That is extreme. So what are the extreme numbers here? 2 and 5. So let's multiply them. 2 into 5 gives you 10. Okay. Now let's find the product of mean. Mean are the inner numbers. Okay. Inner numbers. So 3 into 4 gives you 12. Is 10 is equal to 12? No. That means these numbers are not in proportion. Got it? It will be more clear when we will do the exercise. Now girls, we come to the first question. First question says that we have to determine if the following are in proportion. Okay, the numbers are given to you. Let's do the second part and the fourth part. Second part says the numbers are 3, 4, 6, 7. Please do not disturb the sequence in which the numbers are given. If you disturb the sequence, if you write 3 here and 7 here and then 6 and then 4, your answer will never come correct. Copy the numbers as it is, they are given to you. Okay, so let's find out whether they are in proportion. For that, we have to find out the product of extreme and product of mean. Okay, so what is the product of extreme? What are the extreme numbers? 3 and 7 because they are at the end. So 3 into 7 gives you 21. Product of mean are the inner numbers. 4 into 6 gives you 24. These are not equal. 21 is not equal to 24. So you will say no, numbers are not in proportion. Let's do the fourth part. Fourth part, the numbers given to you are 5, 7, 40 and 56. Let's find out the product of extreme. Extreme are the outer numbers which are at the end. So extreme is 5 into 56, that gives you 280. And what are the mean numbers? The inner numbers. So product of mean is equal to 7 into 40, that is equal to 280. Both are same, so you will write yes, numbers are in proportion. Okay, now we come to the second question. Second question says that determine if the following ratios, they form a proportion. Again, we have to find out whether they are the numbers given to you, the quantities given to you are in proportion or not. Now girls, here something has to be understood, that is they have given you different quantities. First question says 80 centimeter to 4 meter, that means this ratio. And what is the other ratio? So rupees 7 to rupees 35. You will not get confused. You will not say ma'am, this is in rupees, this is in centimeter and meter. How should we do this? No, this is a separate ratio. Both have to be in the same unit. These two have to be in the same unit. If this is rupees, okay. But here, this is centimeter, this is meter. No, you have to convert one of them into the other unit. These two have to be in the same unit. These two can be in the same unit and these can be different. This proportion can be in different unit than this proportion. Not a problem. Okay, so we have to just consider whether they are in the proportion or not. So let's first convert these two in the same unit. Okay, this is 80 centimeter and this next is 4 meter. 4 meter let's change into 400 centimeter. Okay, there are two ways of doing this question. So you will write 80 centimeter and 400 centimeter the way it is given to you, and then 7 and then 35. So these will be the four numbers that will be formed, and you can find out the product of extreme and the product of mean. You can check it. If they are coming equal, so you will say yes, these are in proportion. What is the other way of doing it is you find out the ratio of these two, 80 centimeter and 4 meter. You know that ratio can be found out in the same unit only. So first convert this. So it will be 80 upon 400. Right? So what is the answer here? What is 0, 0 and 1 upon 5. Okay. Now find out the ratio of this. 7 upon 35. They are in the same unit. Rupees, rupees. No need of converting. So here again it is coming to 1 upon 5. So here these two fractions, these two ratios are equal. So that means they are in proportion. Right? A upon B is equal to C upon D. You can do in either way. You can do it by this way or you can do it by this way. Up to you. But writing them in the same sequence is very important. Okay? And the unit also. Please take that into consideration. Now let's do the fourth part. Fourth part says 450 meter ratio 3 kilometer. That means this is one ratio. This has to be in the same unit. And 75 centimeter to 7 meter. This has to be in the same unit. These can be in different units, not a problem. But these two have to be in same unit. These two have to be in same unit. Okay. So what we have done, 450 meter written like this. This 3 kilometer we have changed to 3000 meter. Then what is the third number here? 75 centimeter. And this 7 meter we have changed to 700 centimeter. Four numbers are there now. Find out the product of extreme. 450 into 700. That gives you 31,000. This is 3,15,000. And product of mean is equal to, this gives you 2,25,000. Right? So both are not equal. So that means though they are not in proportion. And what is the other way of doing it? Find out first A ratio B. So it is 450 upon 3000. Okay. Find out this ratio. And the next ratio is 75 upon 700. Find out this ratio. If this ratio is coming equal, yes, they are in proportion. If this ratio is not coming equal, they are not in proportion. Okay. So rest of the questions of this exercise, we will do it in the next session. I hope everything is clear to you.